B-Man is back.
Oh, okay, Jay, boys, try it again. Oh my gosh, the man got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard. You know what I'm saying? It's true. You know what I'm saying? But oh, look at that, my God.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash, True Inferno. Now, this was a topic I have been promising y'all I would do for a couple of weeks now. Now, remember, a few weeks back, I came out with the sequel to Trent Dilfer Lost His Effing Mind, which is called NFL Celebrities Worse Than Trent Dilfer. In that video, I gave like a little bit of a, not a hint, but a synopsis about how gritty the NFL is. Well, this time around, we really going to get into that. So after a number of topics came up and prevented me from doing this topic, nothing's up now at the moment. So we about to go straight into it. Now, I did some little bit of research, just a little bit, and the numbers I found regarding the NFL is crazy. So let's look at the average ticket price. I ain't talking about like the average ticket price that people can afford, aka the cheap sheets or anything like that. I'm talking about like the average. So if you take every seat in the NFL stadium and you get the average out of all of them, this is how much it would be for the average seat. One seat, not multiple, just one. And this is going back from 2006 up to 2015. So we're talking to 10 years here. So in 2006, it was around $62.38. And the mindset there is, damn, that's basically a brand new video game right there. And that's the average cost for one seat. But as the years going on and on, they have went up rather. 2007, that much jumped up by basically $5, $67.11. The next year, $72.02, or 20 cents rather. The next year, basically $75. It's like $74.99. 2010, $76.47. The next year, $77.34. Then it was $78.38. Then it's $81.54, $84.43, and 2015, $85.83. So that's the average price for a NFL seat, and that's crazy. And that's more than any other in the league. Let me read this real quick. And believe it or not, even though MLB, like out of the big four, you would think MLB would be up there because there's no salary cap. Unlike the NBA, NHL, I think NHL, and NFL, the MLB have no salary cap. So these players are getting paid a crap ton of money. So you're probably thinking, oh, is that the case? Then they must be up there with the price tickets. No, actually, no. Let me find their price ticket. So the tickets to a game of the NHL cost $61.01 on average. NBA is around $51, and baseball, here it is, $27.48. Now I believe this is based off of 2014 because at that time the NFL was $84.43. But as I read, it's higher than that now, but only about like $1.40. But still, though, that's crazy. Now, here's another interesting stat for you, real quick. If you were to attend a New England Patriot game, the most expensive live experience in the NFL, with almost $122 being charged per ticket. The Cleveland Browns game, however, have the least expensive average of $54.28. Now, the Boston Red Sox, which is an MLB team, which is the highest ticket price in all of baseball, still couldn't match the Cleveland Browns, which is the lowest in the NFL. So the Boston Red Sox average ticket is $53.38. And that's the most expensive average in baseball. It didn't even match or surpass the least expensive in football. That's telling you something. That really is. Now, let's talk about what I covered in that NFL Celebrities Worse Than Trent Dilfer video, because I mentioned this a little bit, and I find this is the main reason why I wanted to do this video. Remember, not only did I play a quote from Stephen A. Smith, but I read a quote from Stephen A. Smith, and he said that, and I quote, until 2009, no NFL player stood for the national anthem because players actually stayed in the locker room as the anthems played. And then I'm gonna move on, and obviously they changed that now. The players were moved to the field during the national anthem because it was seen as a marketing strategy to make the players look more patriotic. The United States Department of Defense paid the NFL $5.4 million between 2011 and 2014, and the National Guard paid them $6.7 million between 2013 and 2015 to stage on-field patriotic ceremonies as part of military recruitment budget line items. So, if you want to have your national anthem play at a football game, that's going to cost you money. If you want a jet to fly over your NFL stadium, that's going to cost you money. If you want an eagle to scoop down from the top of the stadium onto some dude's arm, that's going to cost you money. Anything patriotic that you want done at an NFL game, that's going to cost you money. And let me get up a list of franchises who are actually charging these people. I actually saw this list as well. Let me find it because it was up and I was like, wow, I can't believe it. But let me see, this is it. So in the last 4 years, the NFL teams received $54 million from defense departments in the last 4 years. That's crazy right here. So yeah, I think it's on this site, CBSSports.com. They did an article on it. And let me see if I can get this list. I think the list came from this website. Yes, here it is. So we got, and some of these franchises are charging more than once. So, well, not more than once, but you know, like for multiple years. For example, the Atlanta Falcons, they hitting up the Army. The Army and ARNG, the Army Reserve National Guard, the Army and the National Guard. They hitting them up, man. Moving on down, the Baltimore Ravens hitting them up as well. The Buffalo Bills hitting them up along with Air Force. The Cincinnati Bengals hitting them up and Air Force, as are the, well, Cleveland only hitting up Air Force. Dallas only hitting up Army and the Army Reserve National Guard. Same with the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers, same thing. Indianapolis Colts, same thing along with the Air Force. Kansas City Chiefs, just the Army and the National Guard. Miami Dolphins, Air Force. Minnesota, Army and Air Force. I'm not Air Force. Army and National Guard. The Saints from New Orleans, same thing. The Jets, same thing. Pittsburgh, the Army at Fort Knox, the Air Force, and yeah, that's it for that. And the Rams, they hitting up the Army and National Guard. So yeah, that's crazy. And this been going on for a few years now. So yeah, there you go with that. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the NFL actually wants to charge celebrities and performers to perform during the halftime show. Now, I found this to be really interesting. Now, I've been heard about that. I heard about that like I think 2 years ago. And here's some interesting news regarding that. Now, first of all, as a celebrity / performer, the NFL don't even pay you. Yes, you heard me right. The NFL do not pay you to perform. And this been going on for a number of years. So let me look at this one article. So the one question that was asked was, do musicians get paid to perform at the Super Bowl? And an article by the New York Times states, and I quote, the NFL does not pay an appearance fee, though it does cover all of the expenses for the band and its often ample entourage of several dozen stagehands, family, and friends. So, yeah, there you go with that. Do bands pay to play at the Super Bowl halftime show? So, remember, regarding, who they want this year? Oh, no. Last year, they wanted, they approached Katy Perry, Rihanna, and Coldplay. Obviously, Katy Perry was chosen to perform at the Super Bowl in 2015. And she said, and I quote, I put my foot down very early in this courtship. I said, look, guys, here's where I draw a line in the sand. I want to be invited on my own merits and not with some fine print. So basically, the NFL was like, hey, can you pay us to perform? And she basically said, hell no. I ain't doing that shit. So, you know, that's what she said. Now, has any band ever paid to perform at the halftime show? And to answer that question, no. Now, let me find it. There's one more article here that talks about this. And it even involved Michael Jackson, who, remember, he performed, Ray was alive back then. He performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. And that was a good performance, by the way. So, and when y'all probably wondering, wait, the NFL don't pay performers to play? I'm trying to find that quote because I read it and I was like, wow. And that was back in the 90s. Like, this wasn't like early 2000. This was back in the 90s. That's crazy. So, yeah. So, let me see. I'm trying to find that quote there because I'm not finding it, but it was like Michael Jackson and somebody else pointed out that the NFL did not pay them to perform. Here it is. Have any band ever paid to perform? Here we go. Several of the bands who have played at the halftime show, including the Black Eyed Peas and the late Michael Jackson, confirmed that the NFL didn't give them a dime for their efforts, but no one has ever stated publicly that they had to pay. So, yeah, there you go, man. So, basically, the NFL would cover, like, I guess, the lighting, the stages, and things of that nature. But as far as, like, the performers to play, or to perform, rather, at the halftime show, nope. They haven't paid them for a number of years. Because, again, Michael Jackson did it, I think, at least that one time. And he might have done it right. He was a part of the Jackson 5, or he might have did it early on in his solo career. But during his, I think he was, I forgot, the early 90s. That's how far back this has been going on. And now the NFL wants performers to pay them. And here's the scenario. Here's another, I'm going to end on this quote right here. Then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Sound like Jerry Springer. The NFL, I crap you not, wants to increase their revenues to $25 billion by 2027. Yes, you heard me right. Let me repeat that. The NFL has a stated mission of increasing their revenues to $25 billion by 2027. And the only way to do that is to add halftime performers to their shakedown targets, a list that already includes current and former players, fans, municipalities, anyone with a television set, Super Bowl host cities, and basically anything else that might have some spare cash to plunder. So, bottom line, the NFL is greedy as fuck. Like, I mean, there's no way around it. Now, granted, let's be real here. I understand that they got every franchise, every team have 56 players, and then they got backup players, like, I forgot what they call them. There's an exact name for those type of players, but I forgot what they call. They are not part of the 56-man roster, or something like that. I forgot how it go. And then, of course, you got all the coaches and things of that nature, and that's per team, per franchise. So, yeah, there's a lot of people that have to be paid, and granted, they did force the players to go undergo a price cut, like a few years back. You remember that? Because there was a strike, and I think we missed out. Either we missed out on some football, a year of football, or we nearly missed out on a year of football. I forgot which. But either way, they made they forced the players to take a price cut so the owners could get more money. Like, what type of shit is that? Like, that's dumb as hell. So yeah, the NFL and its owners are the most greediest organization, not just in all the sports, but probably in the world. And here's another thing. I just thought about it, and then I forgot what it was. Yeah, here's another thing. When it comes to these sponsors, dog. But yeah, I got to give the NFL credit. Because when it comes to these sponsors, I have the mindset of believing that when it comes to these sponsors, this is my opinion, that the NFL are talking to these sponsors and be like, look, damn it, this is how it's going to be. Either you're going to roll with us, or you can get the hell on. And the sponsor's like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're in charge, master. We will do what you say. But if this was the NBA, the NHL, WWE, maybe MLB, it's the other way around. The sponsors are coming up to them like, look, damn it, this is how it's going to be. We want you to change this rules. We want you to change this dress code. We want you to get rid of that. We want you to get rid of that. And the commissioners and the owners and the general managers or whoever of these leagues, of these organizations are like, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Whatever you say, I will change up the rules that I made and you have nothing to do with it. But I'm going to change it just because I want your money. So yeah, so basically when it comes to the NBA, NHL, maybe MLB and WWE, when it their relationship with these sponsors are their bitches. When I mean like the sponsors. But when it comes to the NFL is nobody bitch. The NFL have bitches. And they are the multiple sponsors that they have, you know, Bud Light and Coors Light or whatever and so forth and whatnot. All of them companies are the NFL's bitches. But the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, WWE, and companies like that, they're somebody else's bitches. So yeah, there you go. Like I said, I had to give NFL kudos to that because they basically not being nobody bitch, but at the same time they're gritty as hell though, man. So yeah, man, that's the video, man. Our next week video is going to be really interesting. Oh man. And I think the Miles Squad will like this one though. It's going to be hilarious. But yeah, man, y'all know who this is. This is the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Oh! Out of those 4 to 5 videos, one of them was kind of close to where I'm at. So now I'm like, I don't know about this, man. This is kind of getting out of control here. So in one video, this was not one of those Michigan videos, but in one video, a crappy night, he said, and I quote, dude, we playing Pokemon Go, and there's this freaking clown popped up. I'm like, oh, see, I can actually see that.